Good morning.
Mama, I'm the first one here. Two more.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm still having me at the screen.
Hi, Josiah. Sophia. Hi, Zoe, Isabella.
Come over here. Go for all the sharing.
29 and 29 and 37. Or 37 and 39. Hi, Hector.
Hi.
Hi, Edward. Hi, Roderick. Okay, we're just gonna wait another minute or two and let everybody else get on. I hope you're ready for your spelling test. That's gonna be the first thing we do. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi. What's going to be the first thing?
Their spelling test.
Spelling test.
You have 5 spelling words that you're gonna have to spell.
5 spelling words.
You're ready, right?
Hey, Emma.
Please get me the tools there today. I have to find some way to meet me somewhere this afternoon so I can go.
Yeah.
Family members.
It's Friday. I hope y'all are excited. You have the weekend to do whatever you want. No school. Hi, Kinsley. And hi, Juan. Where's your phone?
Hey, our internet's still really bad right now, so can't really see your screen or anything, but we've been just trying our best.
Okay, I'm sorry you're having the issue. Well, I can see you now. I don't know if it'll probably go in and out, I'm sure.
Yeah, we can't see you at all. Like, I can't. It's all black.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got to
So
be.
she's just been going off what we could hear from you.
Okay.
But our internet we live outside of a bunch of the services, so our internet company has to fix something and they have to order a part for it. So we're just waiting.
Okay. Okay. No worries. We'll just do the best we can. Hi, Sunny.
We're going to do it together.
Hi.
Okay, we're just missing Alize, Austin. Oh, Alize, you're on here too. Are you going to share the screen with Isabella, Alize? Okay. I just want to make sure I count you here.
Our laughter doesn't work.
No worries. I can hear her talking. So.
Austin, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with the pledge, and then if anybody else hops on, then we will wait for them. Okay? So here we go.
The Pledge of Allegiance. So take your right hand and put it over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'm going to show you the page that you are going to need now to take your spelling test.
Let's see. Down. Okay.
Okay. You're going to need to get out this page and a pencil for your spelling test. And when you have it, give me a thumbs up because I don't want to start the test unless everybody is ready. You need a pencil and this spelling test page.
Short.
It's backwards.
Oh, wow.
Emma, I know you can't see me because your screen is black, but the paper I'm showing is short O words. It has 5 lines on there to write your spelling words.
So what you're looking for?
Yes, Hector?
I can't find the test.
What
Can't
you're
find
looking for? Hold on.
If you can't find it, he can do it on a blank sheet.
You got it? Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm here.
I can't find it.
If he can't find this page, he can just do his spelling test on a blank sheet of paper.
Okay, we're gonna get
Look, you can see these words.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I'm blind.
Sorry, I just got here.
It's okay.
I got it.
Okay, good, Emma.
Okay, 1 second.
What's the tool?
Emma, can you mute yourself? It's not letting me mute you from my end.
Okay, got it right here. You got the
Okay, give me a thumbs up if you have your spelling test and a pencil and you're ready to start. Okay, I see Edward's ready, Ronnie's ready, Hector's ready. Zoe, do you have your spelling test? Okay. Roderick, do you have it? You don't have your spelling test? Okay, I need you to get out a blank piece of paper, something to write on.
I have it, but my mom, she saw it and she's going to get it.
Oh, okay. Josiah's got it. Isabella and Alize. Sophia, do you have it? Okay. Kinsley, you have it? Yeah, I see Sunny has it. Juan, do you have your spelling test? Okay. Just don't want to leave anybody behind. Okay, so I'm just waiting on Roderick. Roderick, you got it now? Okay, great. Okay, so on first I want you up here where it says name. Write your name up here on the line. Just write your first name up on the line for me. Okay, so how this is going to go is I'm going to tell you the word that you're going to spell, and I'm going to tell you every sound in that word, okay? And after you're done spelling it, I need you to give me a thumbs up and keep it up. That way I know when everybody's done, because I don't want to leave anybody behind, okay? So whenever you write the word, give me a thumbs up and keep it up, okay? All right, on number 1. You're going to spell the word hot. 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 Thank you, Edward and Hector. Give me a thumbs up when you've written the word.
Are you saying pot or hot?
No, hot. Hot. Yes.
Is it pot or hot?
Hot. Like it's hot outside. Hot.
Oh,
Okay, give me a big thumbs up if you're done.
You said hot, right? Like this
Yes.
is hot.
Yes, hot.
Okay.
Okay. On number 2, you're going to spell the word mop, like you're mopping the floor. Mop. M-A-P. Mop. M-A-P. Mop. Thank you. Those of you who are giving me a thumbs up, you're showing me you're done and you're ready for the next word. Sunny, did you spell the word? Or are you still working? Are you on number 1 or number 2? 2? Okay. M-A-P. Mop. Zoe, did you spell the word? Okay. All right. On number 3, I want you to spell the word not. Not. Like you are not at school. Not. 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 Ronnie, I need you to keep your computer on mute because I hear background noise and it's going to distract the other kids, okay? Okay, give me a big thumbs up if you're done with number 3.
Take your blanket off. You're not supposed to be like that.
Okay. And if you're behind or you're not done, unmute yourself and let me know, okay? I don't want to leave you behind. Okay, number 4.
I'm
I
done.
want you to spell the word cop, like a police officer, a cop. K-A-P, cop. K-A-P, cop.
Miss Bradshaw,
Yes.
Josiah's having a little trouble. He's just not even trying here. He's still on number 2.
Okay. Josiah, on number 2, I want you to listen to the sounds that I'm saying and write each sound that you hear, okay? So number 2, what letter makes the sound?
N.
Write it down on your paper. Ah.
I can't tell you much. She's helping me.
Okay, Josiah, the next letter. Ah. Okay, then the last letter.
I did number 20. Wait.
Okay, you ready for number 3, Josiah? Okay, number 3 is not. So, n. Think about what letter makes the n sound.
M.
Write it down. Okay. Ah. Ah. And the last letter, t. Okay, so now number 4, this is the one we just did, okay? The word is cop, cop. So the first letter, k, k. Think about what letter makes the k sound. Just do the best you can, okay? Don't stress about it. If you're not sure, just put a guess. Whatever letter you think might make the k sound. Okay, write it down. Aw, aw. Okay, now for the last word, number 5, the word is top, top. Okay? T, a, p, top. T, a, p, top.
Are you saying top?
Yes, top.
Okay.
P, top. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're done with your spelling test. Thumbs up if you're done. Okay. Parents, if you're nearby or you can hear me, what I'm going to need you to do is take a picture of their spelling test and send it to me through ClassTag as soon as possible, please. Okay. All right, guys. Now what I'm going to show you is going to be your next test, but this one you are going to do after
I
class.
told him that I would meet him somewhere if that's what it would take to get him. I asked him to give me a call or text and let me know.
Who is that?
I don't want to see him get in trouble.
Okay, sorry about that. This is going to be your next test, but you're going to do this after class. You are going to read each word to your mom or dad or whoever you're at home with right now. And then you are going to read both sentences, okay? And parents, if you are on and you can hear me, what you're going to do is you're going to take a video of your child reading the words and the sentences. And then whenever they're done, you'll send me that video through ClassTag, okay? And I will grade their test that way. All righty?
What's number 5?
Who said that?
Me.
Roger,
Number 5?
you need number 5? Number 5 is top. Top.
Top?
Top. Like on
He
top.
was his job.
Read
He
top.
never showed up for work.
Top. Isabella, do you have a question?
What was number 2?
Number 2? Number 2 was mop. Mop.
I thought that was number 1. What was number 1 then?
Number 1 was hot.
Oh,
I just wanted to let you know what was going
they
on with
have
that.
that one for number 5. They have top.
Yes, number 5 is top.
And number 1?
Number 1 is hot. Like it's hot outside.
Top. Oh, okay, hot. Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do our phonics assignment. So you can go ahead and get out your letter I page.
It's not like that. Look. Listening too much. Number 6.
Do you need to place it in? Do you need to glue this in here?
No.
All right, I think everybody is ready. Okay. I want you to listen to these 3 words that I'm about to say, and I want you to listen for the very first sound you hear. Listen for the first sound in all of these words, okay? It, ill, if. What's the first sound that you hear in all those words? It, ill, if. Yeah, she's been having trouble. She had trouble yesterday. I saw that she was like, I can see her on my end, but I don't think that she can see me.
She says she can see you, but you can't see her?
Yeah, I think it's her internet. Something's going on with her internet.
So what do you want me to do? She's worried about not being on. You know that she's.
Yeah, she's been having trouble. She was asking for a hotspot from the school, and we're not doing that yet. So I'll have to message her later or call her after the Zoom and let her know.
Not to worry, she'll call and send you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Listen for the first sound again. It, ill, if. What's the first sound you hear, Isabella?
I.
What sound is the I making? Great. Is the very first sound we hear in all of those words, okay? And Isabella already told us that the sound is the letter I, okay? These are the 3 words I said. It, ill, if, okay? Now, the letter I is one of our vowels, okay? So we know that a vowel makes at least 2 sounds, a short sound and a long sound, okay? So now I want to show you another, well, it's the same letter, but I'm going to see if you can tell me what it's called. Okay, this is also the letter I, okay? Is this letter a capital or a lowercase I? One?
A capital.
Good, it's a capital I, okay? And I is not just a letter, it's also a word, okay? If I say I went to school, I is a word. It's not just a letter in that case, okay? So if you see the capital I, that means it's a word, okay? Not just a letter. We use a capital letter to show that we mean the word I, not just the letter I, okay? So now what I want you to do is to come back to your letter I page, and I want you to practice writing capital I, lowercase I. Capital I, lowercase I. Capital I, lowercase I. Capital I, lowercase I. Okay, So here is the letter I. Okay, this is the lowercase I. Now listen to these clues and see if you can guess what our picture card is for the lowercase I, and it's going to make the short sound. Okay, the short sound. This is something we use when we measure. It is marked on a ruler. It rhymes with pinch. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Let's see if anybody knows. Edward, what do you think?
Zoom. Zoom.
Not sure? Josiah, what do you think?
Ruler?
Not a ruler. It's on a ruler. It's something we use to measure on a ruler, and it rhymes with pinch. Kinsley?
Wrench?
Not wrench. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You were close. Inch. Inch. On a ruler, we can measure with inches, okay? So when you see this picture card, you're going to say inch, inch, and the I has a breathe because the I is making the short sound. Inch, okay? Now we have another picture card because remember vowels make at least 2 sounds. Okay, so this sound is going to be the long sound of I, okay? This is made of ice. You might see it hanging from your roof when it's cold outside. It's thin and pointed. What do you think it is? Sophia?
Icicles.
You are so smart. Icicle. Icicle, I. Icicle, I. This vowel I has a macron on top, and that tells us that the I is making the long sound, so it's going to say its name. It'll just say I. Okay, icicle, I. All right, awesome.
Hey, should they be writing them on 1 and 2?
No, those are just going to be review sounds.
Oh, okay, perfect. Just checking.
Yes. Okay, so on number, let's see. On number 6, I want you to write the letter that makes the I sound. I.
On number 6.
On
Right.
number 6, write the letter that makes the I sound. And you should have wrote I. The short vowel sound for I is I. Now on number 7, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound I. Write the letter that makes the sound I.
Can you repeat that?
On number 7, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound I. And what you should have wrote was another I, because I makes 2 sounds, I and I. Okay, every vowel has at least 2 sounds. Okay. Now up here on number 1, we're going to review some sounds. We were supposed to do this earlier, but I got distracted when somebody came into my room. Okay, so number 1, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound n. Write this letter that makes the sound n. And you should have wrote the letter N. Okay. Then on number 2, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound ah. 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 You should have wrote O. The short sound of O is aw. Okay? Then on number 3, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound O. O. What letter makes the sound O? O makes the sound O. On number 4, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound T. T. You should have wrote the letter T. And then on number 5, I want you to write the letter that makes the sound P. P. And you should have wrote the letter P. Okay?
You said
Okay, so now we're going to practice coding some words like we see on our worksheet today. Okay? We're going to practice coding some words. So you watch me and you tell me what I need to do. Let's get another pen. Okay. Okay, on this first word, raise your hand if you can see a vowel. Raise your hand if you see a vowel. Sophia? I. And is there a letter after I?
Yes.
Yes, and it is a consonant. So that tells us that the letter I is going to get a breve. It's going to make the short sound because there is a consonant after it. Okay? So now we can try to read the word. T, I, N, T, tint. T, I, N, T, tint. Okay? Now on the second word, raise your hand if you see a vowel. 1, what's the vowel?
O.
O. Is there a consonant after the O?
No.
No, there's not. So that tells us that the O is going to get a macron. Okay, there is no consonant after it, so it gets a macron. The macron tells us that the letter is going to say its name, the long sound. So now we can read it. N-O, no. Okay, do you see how the coding helps us to try to read the word better? Because vowels can be tricky. They can make 2 different sounds, sometimes more. So that's why we're coding the vowels so that we know exactly what sound it's going to make. Okay?
Did you say to spell no?
I just had no on my paper and we were coding it so that we could read it. You're not having to write it, no. All right, so now I want you to go back to your worksheet. Now, using the rules we practiced, we are going to code these words down here, okay? So on number 8, do we see a vowel? Raise your hand if you see a vowel. Ronnie, do you see a vowel?
Yes.
What is the vowel?
The O.
On here, on number 8? What's that vowel? Not sure? Want some help? Sophia, can you help him?
I.
It's the vowel I. It's a capital letter. That is the capital I. And there is no consonant after it. So that tells us that the I is going to get a macron and it's going to say its name. So number 8 is the word I. I. Okay? Now on number 9, what is the vowel in number 9? What's the vowel in number 9? Hector, can you tell me what the vowel is in number 9?
I.
I, good. And is there a consonant after I?
Yes.
Yes. So that tells us that the I is going to get a breathe. It's going to make the short sound. Okay? So now we can read it. Tip. Tip, like the tip of my pen here, tip. Okay? On number 10, what's the vowel in number 10? Isabella, what's the vowel in number 10? Kinsley, can you help her? What's the vowel in number 10?
N.
The vowel? Is N a vowel? No. What's the vowel in that word?
I.
I. And there is a consonant after the I, so that tells us the I is going to get a breathe. Okay? So now we can read it. In. Pin. And this is a picture of a clothespin. So I'm going to draw a line from
This is
the
ridiculous. It's
to the
ridiculous.
clothespin.
Yeah.
The word matches the picture. Alrighty. So now we're going to have a little mini spelling test. On number 11, up here, I want you to spell the word no. N-O, no. Spell the word no. N-O, no. Raise your hand when you think you've spelt it. N-O, no. Isabella, how do you spell no?
N-O.
N-O, N-O, no. Great. Now on number 12, I want you to spell the word not. Not. N-A, not. N-A, not. Who can tell me how to spell the word not? Sunny?
N-O-T.
Great job. N-A-T, not. Great job. Okay. On number 13, I want you to spell the word tin. Tin. T-I-N. T-I-N. Tin. T-I-N. Who can spell the word tin for me? Zoe, can you spell the word tin for me?
N-T.
Uh-huh. I. I. Great. N.
Mm-mm.
He texted me. He said the tool bag is at my house with me. I'm trying to.
Alrighty. Okay. On number 14, what is that a picture of on number 14? What is that a picture of? Something that we cook in. What's that a picture of, Hector?
A pot.
A pot. Now, we need to spell the word pot. Hector, do you think you can tell me how to spell pot?
Yes.
Okay, tell me how to spell pot.
P-O-T.
Woo! That was fast too. Pot. Pot. Great job. On number 15, what's that a picture of? What is that a picture of? Sophia?
Top.
A top. Can you tell me how to spell top?
T-O-P.
T-O-P. Great job. Top. Top. Y'all are so smart. I don't even know why I'm here teaching you. You are just so smart. Geniuses, I tell you. Okay, so on the back side, you are going to do this on your own, okay? You'll do this part on your own. And remember, these words here on 1, 2, and 3, I want you to code those words like we do on the front, okay? You need to decide if it needs a breve or a macron, okay? So make sure you're coding those words. Because I believe it's next Friday on the back, I'm sorry, not on the back, but on Friday, you are going to have a paper that looks like this, and it's going to be a test, okay? So you need to be paying attention on what our rules are for when we put a macron or a breve, okay? So that kind of stuff will be on your test, okay? All right, now what we're going to do, oh, this letter I page you'll do on your own. Okay, this number 8 page, I'm gonna have you do this on your own and then put it in your journal because we are running a little behind since we did our spelling test first, okay? And I don't wanna keep y'all on here too long and lose your attention. So the number 8 page, you're gonna do this on your own and put it in your journal, okay? You should be able to do this on your own because we've been doing it for a week now, okay?
My red math journal?
Yes, in your red math journal. All right, last thing we're gonna do is our math pages. So go ahead and get these 2 pages out. It's page 37 and 39. 37 and 39.
Yep.
Okay.
No, she don't even know her name. Okay, never mind.
All right, on the first page, what it wants us to do is to draw our 10 rods and our ones for what the number is. We need to illustrate what the number is. So the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to draw our TO chart, okay? Line down the middle and a line across the top. I'm gonna put my T for tens and my O for ones, okay? How many tens does our T say we have? How many tens? Sophia, how many tens do we have?
2.
2. So that means we need to draw 2 10 rods. 1, 2. There's our 2 10 rods. Okay. Then how many ones does our O say we have? How many ones do we have? Ronnie, how many ones do we have?
2.
Ones? On this side under the O? How many ones?
5.
5. So we're going to draw 5 colored in circles. That's what we draw to illustrate ones. There's my 5 ones. Okay. Now on the next one, we're going to draw our TO chart again. Line down the middle and a line across the top. T for tens, O for ones. How many tens do we have? How many tens does our TO chart show that we have? Isabella, how many? 5. So we need to draw 5 10 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our 5 10 rods. How many ones does our TO chart show that we have? How many ones? Roderick, how many ones do we have?
0.
0. So if we have 0, we're not going to draw any. So now we're done. Okay? We don't have any ones. Now on the last one, draw your TO chart. T for tens, 0 for ones. How many tens do we have here? Alize, how many tens do we have? 5. So we're going to draw 5 10 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 10 rods. How many ones does our TO chart show that we have? How many ones do we have? Edward, how many ones do we have? 2. So I'm going to draw 2 colored in circles. Those are my ones. Great job. Okay, whenever you're done with that, we're going to flip it over to the back. Now we are going to learn something new. We've already learned about 10 rods and we've learned about ones. Okay, these are our 10 rods because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cubes all connected. That's why we call it a 10 rod because there's 10 cubes in it. Okay, that's a 10 rod. Then we've learned about our ones. That's a 1 because it's only 1 cube. But now we are going to learn about the 100, the 100, okay? This big square here is called 100 because there are 100 cubes all connected together, okay? That's why it's called 100. And there are also, there's 100 cubes, and there are also 10 10 rods. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So 10 rods is the same as 100. Okay? 100 cubes make up the 100, and 10 10 rods here make up the 100. Okay? Those are the exact same in quantity. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get started on our worksheet here. Now that I've explained the 100. Now we know for a 10 rod, we draw a line. That's how we've been drawing the 10 rod, is a line, okay? And then how we've been drawing the cube is just a dot, like down here. That's how we illustrate the cube. For the 100, how we illustrate that is we draw a square, okay? Anytime we have 100, we're gonna draw a square. So on here, it wants us to finish the picture to show 120. 120, okay? I'm going to show you something new. So let's put 120 just a little bit bigger. Write it just a little bit bigger right there. Okay. Now we've learned how to draw the TO chart. We've been doing that for most of the week. But today I'm going to show you how to draw the HTO chart. Okay? So in between each number, we're going to draw a line. Draw a line to separate the numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Then you're going to draw a line across the top. Now this chart is called an HTO chart. And it's just like the TO chart, except we're adding an H in the front for the hundreds. Okay. So I'm going to put an HTO. This is going to help us separate our numbers so we know which number is for the hundreds, which number is for the tens, and which number is for the ones. Okay? So it wants us to finish drawing the picture to show 120. Well, under the H, that is the hundreds, because 100 starts with the letter H. See right here? The word 100 starts with the letter H. That's a lowercase h. Here's a capital H, but they're both H's, okay? So the H is for the hundreds. Our number here says 1. That means we only have 100. So they drew the 100 square for us already right here. So we only have 1. Now let's go to the tens. Our tens under T says we have 2 tens. So we need to draw 2 10 rods. They drew 1 for us, but we need to finish the picture. They only drew 1 and we need 2. So we're going to draw 1 more right next to it. Okay. And then under our O, that tells us how many ones we have. The number 0, so that means we don't need to draw any because we don't have any. 0 means we don't have any. So I'm not going to draw. So we have 100. We know the square means 100. So I'm going to put 100. Then for the tens, we have 1, 2, 2 tens. And the ones, we didn't draw any. So we have 0. So now we're going to put all 3 numbers together to figure out how many we have. So we have 100. 2 tens, and 0 ones. So 102 tens is the same as 120. Okay? I know this is a lot to take in and you're learning something new, but we're going to get there. We're going to keep practicing just like we did with the tens and the ones. And I could see a lot of you are doing really well with that on your homework. So I'm really happy that you're starting to understand it. I know it's harder to teach over the computer rather than being at school because you could use the cubes and you could use all of our different manipulatives to help you, but we're just doing the best we can. So I'm hoping you're understanding a little bit better now that we've been practicing, okay? But don't get frustrated with the hundreds. This is the first day we're talking about it. We're gonna keep practicing. Okay, so on the next one, it has the picture here. We need to put how many of each picture there are, okay? This big old square here, we know because we just talked about it, that's a picture of 100, And we only have 1. There's only 100. So I'm going to put 1 over here because there's only 100. Okay? The next one says tins. It wants to know how many tins we have. Well, I don't see any tin rods. Do you? Do you see any tin rods? No, we don't have any. There's none on the picture. So that means there are 0 tins. Okay? Then it wants to know how many ones are there. How many ones? Well, we know these little cubes that are by themselves, those are the ones. So we have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put a 3. Okay? Now we're going to put all these numbers together to figure out how many we have. So we have 100, 0 tens, and 3 ones. So 100, 0 tens, and 3 ones all together is the number 103. 103. Okay. Now on number 2, we're going to practice again. We're doing the same thing. We're counting the pictures and we're putting them down here. Okay. This big old square we know is the hundreds. And there's only one big square, just one. So I'm going to put 100. Now I'm looking for tins. How many tin rods is shown on our picture? How many tin rods are there? Good, Kinsley, just 1. There's only 1 tin rod. So I'm going to put 1. Okay, then it wants to know how many ones we have. Ones are these individual cubes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 ones. Now we'll put all these numbers together. We have 100, 110, and 5 ones. So all of those together equals the number 115. 115. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense or a thumbs down if it's confusing to you. Thumbs up if it makes sense, thumbs down if it's confusing. Let me see your thumbs. Okay. We're going to keep practicing, so don't you worry. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, we're going to practice a couple more times. All right. It says it wants us to write how many tin rods we have. How many tin rods? Count up the tin rods and raise your hand and tell me how many there are. How many tin rods are there? How many tin rods are shown in the picture? Sophia, how many are there?
9.
There are 9. There are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 tin rods. Now it wants to know how many ones are there. Somebody count up the ones and tell me how many there are. Kinsley, how many ones are there?
6.
There are 6. So we're going to put those two numbers together. 9 tens and 6 ones. That is the same as 96. Okay? Now number 4, somebody count up those tin rods for me and tell me how many there are. How many tin rods are there? Sunny?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8. There's 8.
There are 8. Okay, somebody count up the ones. How many ones are there? Josiah, how many ones are there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Great job. There are 4. Okay, we're going to put those two numbers together. 8 tens and 4 ones. That is the same as the number 84. Okay, go ahead and cross these two out at the bottom. We're not going to do those. Okay, then you can go ahead and flip your page over to the back. We're almost done, and then it's the weekend for you. Well, you still have some work to do, but when you're done, then it's the weekend. Okay, over to the back. All right, number 7 says, a squirrel is getting ready for winter. He has hidden 98 acorns. Which shows this number? It wants to know what the number 98 is in tens and ones, okay? So let's write the 98 over here a little bit bigger so we can write our TO chart. Okay, let's go ahead and draw your TO chart. How many tens do we have under our T? T for tens. How many do we have? Hector, tell me, how many tens do we have?
9.
I'm sorry?
9.
9. We have 9 tens.
Yeah, but I can check it. Yeah.
9 tens. Okay. How many ones does our TO chart show that we have? How many ones? Zoe, tell me how many ones we have. You have to unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
98.
That's the whole number, silly. I want to know how many ones we have. Look at your TO chart. Under O, O for ones. How many do we have?
8.
There you go. 8 ones. Now we need to look and see which answer choice matches what we wrote. The first one says 109 tens and 8 ones. But we don't have any hundreds. We didn't write 100, so that one's not it. The next answer choice says 8 tens and 9 ones. Well, that doesn't match. That's backwards. 8 tens, we wrote 9 tens, so that's not right. The last one says 9 tens, 8 ones. So that's our answer choice.
I'm gonna tell on you better.
All right, on number 8, it says a dog digs 10 holes. She hides 10 bones in each hole. She has 9 bones left to hide. Which number is 10 tens and 9 more? So our number is 10 tens and 9 more, okay? This one is a little bit tricky. So what we can do is we can look at our handy dandy 100 over here. Who remembers how many 10 rods are in the 100 square? How many 10 rods did we say are in the 100 square? Does anybody remember? No? That's okay. Oh, Juan, you remember how many 10 rods are in the 100 square?
10.
There are 10. Awesome. I'm so glad you remembered. There are 10 rods in our 100 square. This is 10. Okay? 10 rods make up the 100. Well, if it says that there are 10 tens, then that means there's 100. Okay, that's the same. So what we can do here is we're going to write 10 for 10 rods. Then it says there's 9 more. 9 more. The 9 more we would put as ones, okay, the little squares. And since they're ones, they would go in the ones place. And I know this is still a little bit confusing for you, but if we drew our HTO chart here, then we could see our 10 rods is the same as 100, and our 9 more is under the ones place, okay? So we need to look for the answer choice that matches 109. There it is right there. I know that one was a little bit harder. You won't have one like that on a test. That's just to kind of get your mind working a little bit more and see if you can dig a little deeper. But you won't have a question like that, okay? All right. On number 9, it says Tony laid down 100. Well, there's the 100 she laid down. Okay. Then she laid down 110. Well, there's our 10 rod. And 5 ones. There's our ones. What number does her model show? What number does her model show? Okay. Well, we have 100. We know we only have one because there's only one big square. So we have 100. We only have 1 10 rod. So we're going to put a 1. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. Okay. We're going to put all those numbers together to see what they equal. So we have 100. 110, 5 ones. We need to look for the number that matches what we wrote. Well, this one says 105. That's not what we wrote here, so that's not it. The second answer choice, it looks like it matches, but let's just check and make sure on this last one. Oh, that one only says 15. It doesn't have 100. So that one's not it. So there's our answer choice. Okay, now the last one. It wants to know what number is shown under the model. Okay, the picture that they drew. How many 10 rods are there in our picture? How many did they draw? Who can tell me how many 10 rods there are down here? Sophia, how many 10 rods are there?
10.
Are you sure? Count one more time.
9.
There are 9. There's 9 10 rods. Now somebody count up the ones. Tell me how many ones we have. One. How many ones?
9.
Right here, how many ones do we have?
6.
There are 6. Okay, we're going to put those two numbers together to figure out how many we have all together. So we have a 9 and a 6. We need to see the answer choice that matches what we wrote. Which answer choice, the first, second, or the third one, matches what we wrote? Kinsley.
First one.
The first one, 96. It matches what we wrote. So there's our answer. Okay. Awesome job today, guys. I know that was a lot of information with math. Normally, if we were in school, we would be practicing even more, okay, with whiteboards and cubes and stuff at your desk. But because we're at home and you don't have that stuff, we have to rely on our math pages, okay? So it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get it down, but we will. We're going to keep practicing. Okay, so what you need to do after class, you need to take your, let me find the paper. Here it is. You need to take your decoding test. I was wanting to say dictation. Your decoding test. You need to read the words, and then you need to read the sentences to your mom or dad or whoever you're with, and they're going to record you doing it, and they will send me the recording. That way I can grade your test that way. Okay?
My mom is not here. My mom is at work.
Okay. Whoever you're with can record you. Okay, Zoe?
They can't. I don't know if they have it.
Okay, I'll message mom. Okay, so that's what you need to do there. And that will, other than your number 8 page, and I think there was a letter page still. Yes, this letter page, letter I. Those are the 3 things you still need to do, okay? And if mom or dad hasn't sent me your spelling test yet, I need them to send it to me, so remind them, okay? All righty, y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy it, have fun, and I will see you on Monday, okay? Bye.
Bye.